nowadays, because of all the digital stuff out there, what seems more important than having the technical ability is having style, because now any kid, their mother and their iPhone can take friggin' HD image, so it doesn't translate anymore. So like the point of the illustrator is you create something for someone else to look at, like with your style or like how you see the world. And I work from intuition too, so I don't know how something's gonna look until it's done, because my dad was an illustration major in mass art, and he didn't really end up using his degree afterward because he just got really perfectionist. I just know I can never go down that path, and as soon as I stop like working loose, I lose it. It's I don't know, like it's kind of like skateboarding in a way, as lame as that analogy is. Like,
no, not at all.
you just like, you have to like keep moving, and as soon as you stop moving, you die. It's like a shark. People are like, oh, my art expresses me. It's like, no, my art is like crapping on myself. Like it's like funny, you know, like you look behind me and it's like, that's not me, or is it me? And that's the thing, is that
I'm the shit.
I don't want to live this extravagant life. Like I don't need like a million cars, and you know, it's like I don't need my McMansion in like Southern California. I just want like a little apartment, like a dog and stuff. And if I can just make art and do that and live happily, like that's all I need, because life is short. Yeah. And like you don't know what's gonna happen, so just live, you know. And like that's like with my art too. Like it's like the spontaneity. Like I don't know how this is gonna look. It's like a surprise. I don't know what it's gonna look like when I'm done. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't think about with art, and like looking at people who don't make illustrations and stuff. They're always like, how do you do that? And I'm like, I have no idea. I have no clue like what I'm doing right now. And it's just the way I am. You can just have it say whatever you want it to say, and I think that's a lot of the power of art, is that on a personal level, somebody might see this as themselves, or they might like look at it and be like, oh man, that like reminds me of my ex-boyfriend or something, or like, who knows, this is kind of androgynous, could be an ex-girlfriend, you know, like that's the thing. It could be anything. It's whatever you want it to be. I think a lot of people get wrapped up in like the idea of art, and they don't just make. I think a lot of kids, like, they're all focused on what they want to do, and that's all they want to do. And it's, I don't know, I'm also a firm believer in that the more things you do, the better you are. Like, you can never do too much. There's so much to where I feel like people really want to be something they're not, and like they want to, even with art, they like try and make their art look like something it isn't, and that's, you are your art. And
yeah.
It's interesting that people, they get their identity from their art, but then also like their art isn't theirs. And that's kind of funky. Music is so important to me. Again, like I'm really into music and I'm really into art, and I just combine those two things all the time. It changes the way my art is. Like if I'm listening to like Thelonious Monk, I'll do something totally different than if I'm, you know, listening to like Black Flag or like some Minor Threat. Or like, you can capture the feeling you get from music, but then you can never emulate music with another form of art. If an artist's not in their own head, it's like, then where are they? You know, like people, God, maybe they're like a politician or something. Gross. I thought I was gonna be a bio major. I was visiting colleges for biology. You know, I thought I was gonna do a field, like be like a field scientist or something. People can go out and they can like count plants. I've done that. That was like my field study. I counted plants, and I figure that if I have this like art spark thing or whatever you want to call it, like I can use that and I can do it, and there's got to be more art out there. Art is so essential a human experience that you just got to produce, and if you've got the talent, just do it. Like, you're never going to get any worse at making art, you know?